Dramatech presents Sholom Aleichem's TEVYE Wins a Fortune. Who raiseth up the poor from the dust, and lifteth up the needy out of the dunghill? Golden, my dear, your TEVYE is home from work and in time for the Sabbath.
Ah, there you are, my money spinner, TEVYE. How is this Sabbath different from all the others? But we as the children have gone hungry to bed. Have you got anything more today than a few stale rolls of bread?
Goldie, here I am, dead tired from pulling wagon loads of logs all day, and you shower me with your choicest blessings. Here, take this for the Sabbath.
What is it?
A few stale rolls.
Ah,
Goldie, if your TEVYE is destined to strike it rich, money will roll in from all sides without our asking for it. As King David says, it never rains, but it falls.
King David says a lot to you, but he never keeps his word.
On the other hand, a person may slave, wear himself to the bone, and still get nowhere.
I can see that. A screen muzzle.
Oh, God. With your help, I'm starving to death. Me and my wife and children. 7
of them I had to bear for you. I might as well take them all and throw them into the river. Oh, may God not punish me for all these words.
Goldie, I know how you feel. We're only human. The stomach is empty and words won't fill it. If you swallow a piece of herring, you want some tea. And for tea you need sugar, and sugar, I'm told, is in the grocery store.
My stomach can do without a piece of bread. But if I don't get a glass of tea in the morning, I am a dead woman. All night long, the baby sucks me dry.
Oh, God. I know we are the chosen ones, but for once, can't you choose someone else? Come, my Goldie, it's almost time for the Sabbath. Let's give the children our blessings, if not food. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. May He send you husbands who will care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer. We'll be late for the Sabbath. What? Rest. Now? Not. All right, Shrimazel, let's go on. Yet another evening when we're going home with nothing for Goldie and the children. But there's no need for this long face, Lemazel. Oifen furelig takelbel, lykke bunden mitta strik. Heuken himmel flitta schwelbel, freizig hin und strick. Lagt der Wind in Korn, lagt und lagt und lagt. Lagt oppe togga gansen una halva natt. Donna, 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 oh, thieves! Thieves! Don't help me, thieves! Tevye, what's the matter with you? You've been driving through this forest for years, by day and by night. Why should you suddenly begin to worry about thieves, huh? Thieves. Tevye. Giddy up! Giddy up!
Mister! Stop! Please stop! Don't run away, mister. We won't do you any harm.
An evil spirit. Tevye? Tevye, you ox, you ass. Why should evil spirits come to you all of a sudden? Good evening. Look who's here. What is it that you want? If you want to buy something, all I have is a gnawing stomach, a heart full of pain, a head full of worries, and all the misery and wretchedness of the world.
Listen to him going on. That's enough. You say one word to a man and you get a lecture in return. There is nothing we want to buy. We only want to ask, do you know where the road to Banerji is?
Oh, to Boybury? You might as well ask if I know my name is Tevye.
Oh, so that's what they call you? Tevye? Good evening then, Mr. Tevye.
Oh, good evening, good evening.
What is there to laugh at? We are strangers here. We are from Yehubetz. And Mama and I are staying at the Dacha in Boyberik. This morning. It's all my fault, Mama. I told you. No, Babushka, I told you. No, Mama, I told you. No, Babushka, I told you. No, Mama, I told you.
Now, what is it that you told her or you told her?
I told Mama, let's go for a short walk through the woods. And the result is... We've been wandering ever since, going round and round in circles. A little while ago, we heard a jackal howling.
Oh, like this?
Easy, Babushka. That's only the gentleman. And then we heard someone singing in the forest. At first we thought it was a highwayman, but when we came closer and saw that it was only you, felt relieved. Now do you understand?
A fine highwayman. Oh. Have you heard the story about the Jewish highwayman who waylaid a traveler in the forest and demanded a pinch of snuff? If you like, I could tell it to you.
Leave that for some other time. Right now, show us how to get back to Boybury.
To Boybury? Why, this is the way to Boybury. Even if you don't want to, you couldn't help getting there if you followed this path.
Oh, is it far?
No, not far. Only a few versts. That is 5 or 6.
5, 6?
Maybe 7.
7?
But certainly no more than 8.
8 versts! Mama, do you know what you say? Only 8 versts?
Well, what do you want me to do about it? If it were up to me, I'd have made it a little shorter.
Why do you talk like a half-wit? We are too tired to take another step. It's nearly evening. We've had nothing to eat all day except for a glass of coffee and a butter roll in the morning. And you come bothering us with foolish comments.
Well, that's different. You can't expect a person to dance before they've eaten.
Do you know what, Mama? Maybe it would be a good idea if we jumped onto that Tevye's wagon and you took us home to Boybury. What do you say, Tevye?
Well, that's a fine idea. Here I am coming from Boybury.
Yes.
And you going to Boybury. Yes. How can I go both ways at the same time, huh?
Well, don't you know what you can do? A wise and learned man can figure it out for himself. He would turn the wagon around and go back again. That's all. Don't be afraid, Brett Tevye. You can be sure that when you and the Almighty get us back home again, we'll see to it that your kindness won't go unrewarded.
They're talking Chinese. I don't understand them. What do they mean? Are they witches and evil spirits and goblins? To me, what are you standing here for? Jump into the wagon at once, show the horse your whip, and get away from here! Well, get him. One, two, three. Let's go. Yep. 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 The horse doesn't know what I'm talking about. He won't move an inch. Kava, this is not the first time you start, so why are you not moving? What? You think these women are devils disguised as innocent women? That they will kill you and me and with a piercing laugh vanish into thin air?
Well, what's keeping you?
Oh, what's keeping me? Can't you see what's keeping me? The horse doesn't want to play. He's not in a mood.
Well, you've got a whip, haven't you? Then use it.
Oh, thank you for the advice. The only trouble with that is, my friend here, he's not afraid of such things. He's as used to the whip as I am to poverty. Kava, you're embarrassing me. What will these women think of us? I know that's not the way home, but the sooner we get these two to Boybury, the sooner we can get home. So get a move on! Tevye, what a dull ox you are. You've always been good for nothing, and you'll die good for nothing. Why don't you find out in advance how much it's going to be worth to you? How much you'll get for it? Stop the horse, you ox. Tell them what you want. Either you get so much for the trip, or ask them to be so kind as to jump on the wagon at once.
Why don't you drive a little faster?
Oh, what's your hurry? Nothing good ever came from rushing too much. I swear they look like women. Just plain ordinary women.
Are you getting closer?
Closer? Yes. But not any closer than we really are.
Sounds like a shenanigan. As if we haven't had troubles enough already. But they're not crazy too, I'm afraid.
I must be mad letting them drag me around by the nose like this. Where would you like to be bumped off, ladies?
Bumped off? What do you mean, bumped off? What kind of language is that?
Oh, it's only an expression. What I meant was, where would you like to be transported, dear ladies, when, with God's help and the blessings of Providence, we arrive at Boybury?
Oh, really? Go straight ahead through the woods until you come to the green dacha by the river. Do you know where that is?
How could I help knowing? I know Boybury as well as I know my own home. Someone from Yehupet used to live in that dacha. A rich man, a millionaire.
He still lives there.
Well, in that case, if you have some connections with the man, maybe it would be possible, if you wanted to, that is, to put in a word or two in my behalf, get me some sort of work, a job of some kind, huh? So, here we are at the river, and there is your green dacha. And I drive smartly right up to the porch. Yup, yup. You should have seen the excitement when they saw them coming. Such cheering and shouting. Grandmother, mother, auntie. They've come home. Congratulations, Mazel Tov. Where have you been? We went crazy all day. We sent messengers in all directions. We thought, who knows, maybe wolves, highwaymen, who can tell? Tell us what happened. To make a long story short, they brought lamps out onto the porch, laid the table, and began bringing things out. Hot samovars, tea glasses, sugar, preserves, and fresh pastry that I could smell even from where I was standing. After that, all kinds of food, rich fat soup, goose, roast beef, and the finest of wines and salads. I stood there at the edge of the porch, watching them from a distance and thinking, what fine lives these people of Yehupetz must lead. Praise the Lord. I wouldn't mind being one of them myself. The food these people drop on the floor would be enough to feed my starving children all week long. Oh God, all powerful and all merciful, great and good, kind and just. How is it that to some people you give everything and to others nothing? To some butterballs and to others the plague? What would have been so terrible if you gave me a small fortune? Small. If I were a rich man, yabba dabba 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 dum. All day long I'd bitty bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dabba 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 da. If I were a little bitty rich, idle diddle idle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. And there'd be one long staircase just going up, and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each lad squawk and a clack and a gobble and honk will land like a trumpet on the air, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. Hey, 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 hey. If I were a rich man, yabba dabba 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 da. All day long I'd bitty bitty bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Yabba dabba 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 da. If I were a little bitty rich, idle diddle idle I'd see my wife, my golden, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I'd see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Ooh, what a happy mood she's in! Screaming at the servants day and night. Yabba-day, yabba-day, yabba-day-yabba-day! The most important men in town would come and fawn on me. They would ask me to advise them, like Sholom the Wise. If you please, Dramatech, pardon me, Dramatech, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. Yabba-de-ba-de, de-ba-de, de-ba-de. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were a rich man, yabba dabba 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 da, all day long I'd busy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Dabba 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 da. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
Tevye, come here. What are you standing there in the corner for? Maybe you'd like a little whiskey.
A little whiskey? Who ever refused a glass of whiskey? What does the Holy Book say? God is God, but whiskey is something you can drink. Your health, ladies, your health.
By the way, what do you do? Where do you live? Do you have any children?
Children? Do I have children? If it were true that every child were worth $1 million, as my Goldie says, I would be richer than the richest man in Yahoo! But we still go to bed hungry. What does the Holy Book say? The world belongs to him who has money. It's the millionaires who have the money. All I have is daughters.
Tevye, won't you have something to eat? It's all laid on the table inside.
A little whiskey, granted, but don't expect me to sit there and have a meal like that, while at home my wife and children... Well, they soon caught on to what I was driving at. And you should have seen them start bringing things out and loading them into the wagon. One of them brought fresh white bread, the other fish, roast chicken, tea, a packet of sugar, a pot of chicken fat, and a jar of preserves.
Now take all this. Take it home to your wife and your children. And now, tell us how much you'd want us to pay you for all you did for us.
Oh, how do I know what it was worth? Whatever you think is right. If it's a penny more or a penny less, I'd still be the same Tevye either way. Wouldn't I, Minikava?
No, we want you to tell us yourself, right, Tevye? Don't be afraid. We won't chop your head off.
What do I do? This is hard. What if I ask for 1 ruble when they might be prepared to pay me 2? On the other hand, if I ask for 2 rubles, they might think me crazy. What have I done to earn that much? 3 rubles? Excuse me if I said the wrong thing. Even a horse that has 4 feet stumbles once in a while. So why not a man who has but 1 tongue?